Hey, welcome to Talkin Shit. I'm your host, Eddie Ift, and we're trying something really weird this week. I have the rear-facing camera going, so I am not staring at the lens, and I don't know how this is going to go. At the end, I could be like, I wasn't even sitting in front of the camera, because I direct this whole podcast by myself. I direct, I edit, I post, I do it all. This is the most... I mean, there's probably a lot of guys out there, and they probably do it a lot better than me. I am in the middle of a technological brain fart. I order equipment, look at it, try it, it doesn't work, and then I send it back to Amazon, and then I buy more. I'm probably paying thousands of dollars in shipping costs. I'm using a tripod right now, which is like a selfie stick, and I can see it waving, and there's not even wind. So like this isn't going to work out. I'm doing the whole podcast, this Talkin Shit, just off of my iPhone. The next podcast, when we move into Shreddy, I'm going to be using three iPhone cameras. I'm trying, if anybody out there knows anything about this and you want to like message me and say, hey man, you're doing this all wrong, please do. But what I want to do is three iPhones so that I can basically airdrop all of the footage. I'll have two cameras, one on me, close up, one on my guest, close up, one wide shot, both of us, put it all into a program and use Opus Clips to clip it, put it up on the internet. And that's the plan so far. So we're about a week or two away from Shreddy. That's right. Shreddy is going to be my new podcast. I'm going to put everything into this. Everything. Like you thought I worked hard on Talkin Shit or the Wadcast or the Bingle Show. No, nothing has been as good as this. And the guests I'm going to get are going to be out of this world. I'm looking for people that are, it could be anything, but mostly in the same vein of what I like to do. It could be comedy, but it's mostly skiing, surfing, mountain biking, ultra, but it could be, you know, I was talking to the comedy manager, Barry Katz, the other day, and he's a perfect example of a guy because I like anybody who is it like, let's just say the back nine of their life, the back nine, and they're still trying to hammer it. You know, they're trying to do it the best they can. They're not throwing their hands up and going, I'm getting fat and tired and, you know, I'm just going to watch TV and eat a lot of food. I'm looking for people that are just, you know, going at it as hard as they did when they were younger. And it's hard to do. It's harder to do, I believe, because you don't have all that testosterone and vigor. You know, they don't have that. The testosterone, guys, it's getting out of control. It's like the Ozempic for men, you know, or plastic surgery. Like, you just see these dudes that like don't work that. I mean, they work out, but they don't. I don't know. I don't know how to explain this. It's just you see a guy and then like 6 months later you see him and you're like, what the? Like, how did you get so jacked? And it's like a cheat code, you know, and they did the cheat. And it's kind of not fair. And there's a certain type of individual that does it, I think. I don't know. It's just not for me. I don't want my jaw growing like, I mean, I could use a little jawline, but you know, do you ever see that like testosterone? And I have enough trouble with my hair. I don't want to lose any more. So Shreddy's coming out. It's kind of my midlife crisis podcast. It's all about like staying in the game and, you know, from everything, from parenting to comedy to, so yeah, I'm going to be talking to other people more about them, not about me. I'm telling you this because I'm the only one here. I don't have a guest, as you see. So I'm telling you about me and why I'm doing this. I want to talk about the things I care about, that I'm passionate about, and that is kind of pursuing this excellence in everything from your fitness to your parenting to your occupation to your hobbies. And mine just happened to be skiing, surfing, mountain biking, running, hiking, adventuring, off-roading, I like anything. It's fun, it's outdoorsy. I don't have a tent on the roof of my car. I don't. These people that do. I mean, we're not in the African safari. The lions aren't going to come and get you in the middle of the night. And if it is a bear, they will get up there. A bear will get up there. If you're dumb enough to have food in there, a bear is coming. Speaking of bears, I just applied for Mount Whitney, take my whole family to climb the largest mountain in the contiguous United States. Applied for my permit yesterday. And I learned that I'm going to have to shit in a can. We are going for 3 days. 3 days where we have to shit in a can. And that's not just me. It's me, my wife, my 2 kids. And it's like a bear-proof canister that you got to take in with you. I wonder if they check it on the way out and weigh it. Like, do you have enough bear shit, or do you have enough shit in here? I pick up my dog shit every day, and I get 2 dogs, and they shit once in the morning and once at night. So there's 4 shits. It's a lot of shit. I can't imagine 4 human shits over 3 days. Because we're going to hike up about 6 miles. And it's not this big of a hike. It's just the fact that you're going to 14,000 feet. So we're going to hike up to about 6 miles. And then we camp. And then the next day we go up 5 miles to the summit. And then we come back down 5. So we do 10 the second day. Camp out again. And then the next morning out 6. So I think it's 22 miles total. And 22 miles carrying 10 pounds of shit. And I was like, oh, this is great, because my pack will be lighter from all the food that we eat that we don't have to carry out. But I realized I'm still carrying that food out, if you know what I mean. I'm just going to carry a bucket of shit. Why can't I just go to a cliff and just, this is... Can I go into, I'm going to have so many environmental people yelling at me on here, but why can't I just take lighter fluid and just, it's just so, or dig a big hole, 5 feet deep, and just empty it, and no one will ever know, and it'll become part of the earth again. Why do I have to carry shit? I don't want to carry shit around. So gross. So gross. Hey, Eddie, you got that bucket of shit with you? Yeah, I got it. Can I borrow your bucket? I got a shit in the bucket. It's making me not want to go. And I hope my wife doesn't watch this, because she doesn't even really know about this yet. And this, her and my daughter are just going to be like, we're not going, Dad. We're not going to shit in a bucket. I don't know where you shit or how you put it in, but we traveled across the country during COVID. And early COVID, when people were afraid to leave their houses. I think people forget how bad it was in the beginning too. People were putting gloves on. I remember we were getting our groceries delivered, and my wife was spraying everything down before we ate, because it was nobody knew what COVID was. Remember, we just knew they were building hospitals all over China. So anyway, long story short, we traveled across country, didn't stay in hotels. We camped out at campgrounds the whole way across the country. We did it in 5 days or 4 days or something. And we brought a toilet with us that you would put plastic bags in, and you would shit on the toilet. It would go in the plastic bag. Then you'd tie it in a knot. And we had a cover over it, a tent that went over it. So we'd set up the tent, put the toilet in there. You would take a shit in there. It was probably the 5 most awkward shits of my life. And, just so weird, so awkward. And I believe Cruz was a baby, so he was shitting in a diaper. I would have rather worn a diaper. Because we ended up tying up the bag and throw it in the trash anyways. So it was just, I can't believe I'm going to do this. As humans, we're just weird. We just eat and shit. We eat and shit. And here I am on Talkin Shit. This is what I do. I talk about shit. Someone's racing in the hills. oh, it's carburetor or whatever. Pap, 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 pap. That's one of those little cars with fins. You hear them? It's not even a motorcycle. That's a car with a fin, and it's one of those guys that has a car that's about 6 feet long, and it's usually some kind of weird iridescent color. It's got a giant fin on the back, and it has a muffler that goes pop, 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 and hear him? And it really turns the ladies on. I feel like he turned around and came back up. He likes this road. We have some windy hills where they film a lot of car commercials and stuff. So the guys come up here and die a lot. They die. They die. They go off the cliff and they die. And you always see like police tape or a helicopter, and then you drive up and you're like, what happened? And they're like, oh, some guy in a little Porsche or a something GTXR went off a cliff and died because they couldn't make the turn. So good luck, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Just go to a go-kart track. No reason. There's cyclists all over these hills. You're going to kill them. And you know the cyclists. They're the most annoying people in the world. I'm convinced, watching all the cyclists out here in Malibu, and I'm talking about not just the mountain bikers. I'm talking about the road bikers. I don't think these people are really into cycling. I think they're into Lycra. I think they just really want to wear spandex and they need an excuse. They can't go into the office in spandex, but they can go out on their weekend excursion in it. So they get like, you know, the top, the bottoms, the tights, sometimes they wear the overalls and just real snug around their package and looks like all bulbousy. I think it's a weird fetish. And I say that being a surfer that wears a wetsuit. It's pretty creepy and gay. It's like I have a rubber fetish, and me and a bunch of my other dude friends get together in our black rubber and hang out and ride on our dicks around for a while until we find where we can stand up and show off our packages. That's what surfing is. That's all it is. So let's see. This week, Bozeman, Montana was fun. Bozeman's changed a lot. I'm not going to lie to you. It's like the biggest cowboy town in the world. Montana, you think like Montana, like, steers. Now it's just the queers. It's Montana is like, at least Bozeman, it's a college town, so colleges are very liberal. I have no problem with that. People would say I'm left of center. I think I'm very moderate. I think I'm old school Democrat, kind of like into the unions, into freedom. I believe in freedom for everyone, but I also try to be compassionate and help people. But man, is that town liberal. It's so weird because you'd expect like cowboys, and it's more like, San Francisco took over. There's like Lululemons and, purple hair and a lot of nose piercing door knockers, knock, 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 was afraid of misgendering people, that kind of stuff. So I found that weird about Montana. But I guess it can be anywhere. So shows were fun though. It's a great club. Last Best Comedy Club is just such a fun club. It reminds me of the Dead Crow in the old Dead Crow in Wilmington, North Carolina. If any comedians have ever played there, you know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to think. Might be another club kind of like it somewhere. I just feel like, oh, I've been here. I've done this. This is... Dead Crow's all I can think of. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. I'll be this Friday in Fort Worth, Texas. We had to cancel my show and move it because of the blizzard of 2026. Everybody's under snow right now. California, it's 75 degrees and sunny. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. But we're terrible. This is a terrible place where you pay too much in taxes and the government ruins your life, and Gavin Newsom's a tyrannical, horrible person that is going to dinners at French Laundry, and we're under lockdown still from COVID, and yeah, California sucks. You hear those birds chirping? It's 75 degrees and sunny. I'm going surfing today. What are you doing? What are you doing in North Carolina? What are you doing Pennsylvania or New York, you're under 4 feet of snow. Texas had to cancel their shows. California didn't have to cancel. Texas. I will be there though Friday, and I hope your snow and ice has melted. I'm going to be at the no, that's where I was last week. I'm going to be at the Big Laugh Comedy Club in Fort Worth, Texas. And it's a lot of fun. I have this friend that comes out. He owns a ranch. He likes to shoot a lot of guns. He owns a used car dealership. He brings a whole bunch of friends. I've got another friend coming by who is, I don't want to talk about him. A bunch of friends. I have a lot of Dallas friends. Dallas seems to be a place where a lot of people go. I got to see a lot of friends in Montana. It's the best part about my job is I go to these weird cities, and the next thing I know, I run into old friends, or they come out to see me, and we get to hang out. Last week, I hung out with a good buddy of mine who's a former Olympic skier, two-time Olympian, 2 times. The guy is just the nicest guy in the whole world, and he grew up in Bozeman, so it was really cool to be there and hang out with him. Saw a friend's son. That's weird now. My friend's kids are coming to my shows, and they're college kids now. It just feels weird to me. I never thought I'd be this old, and and I still look at the kids like, yo, you guys want to party? Let's go out. But then I'm like, wait, I can't. They're kids. But I do remember growing up and my dad's friends that would go drinking with me. It was awesome. You know, like when I'd go out and get to drink with them, I really enjoyed those friends of my dad's. But now that I'm, how old am I? I'm old. I don't know. It just seems weird that they drank with me, and now I realize they were just alcoholics. So I don't want to be that guy hanging out with the kids. But I do love guys that create a story. My dad has all these guys that we grew up and knew, and the stories were awesome, and it usually involved a drunk adventure. So I'm like, couldn't I be that guy that's out with the 20-year-old kids, and they're like, yeah, Eddie Ift is crazy. I'll leave that to Bert Kreischer. I recently heard Bert quit drinking, by the way. His show apparently is spectacular on Netflix. I have yet to see it, but everything I've seen and all my friends have told me it's incredible. And I've heard Bert has had to stop partying. Wonder if you gave him the thing, stop partying or have a great TV show. They say you can have it all, but not at the same time. So, sorry, Bert. But congratulations. So, flying to Texas this week. A lot of airplanes lately. A lot of airplanes. Don't want to be that guy telling airplane jokes and airplane stories. But flew Alaska. Big fan of Alaska Airlines. American, that's where I have my status too. And you suck, American. You suck. It's the worst. It's horrendous. I got to move back to Delta. Okay, we're not going to get into airline talk. This is not a travel podcast, even though I do travel. It's 2 things I want to start giving people, and it's not a PDF that I'm trying to sell or something, but my workout, the Unbreakable 70. If you want to be unbreakable by the time you're 70 years old, that's what you're going to do. The Unbreakable 70 workout. And also, if you want to efficiently pack, I am the king of this shit. I know how to fold my hoodie, my winter hoodie into a pillow, use it as a pillow. I buy all the smallest travel toiletries, my toothbrush folds in half. I'm like a Navy SEAL when it comes to traveling, because I hate it so much, and I want to take as little as possible, and I want as little stress, so I use the same airport or same parking garage. I got all these little tricks and hacks to get through the airport quickly, fast, what you wear. I have a belt. I swear I'm gonna start selling this belt. It costs $5. I buy it on Amazon. It's a plastic belt buckle, nylon belt. It flips shut. Never have to take it off going through. I'm TSA approved, but if you're not TSA approved, you can still wear this belt. shoes, everything. I got it all like down to a science so I can get through, because it's the shitty part. They always say that comedy's not about you're not getting paid for the gig, you're getting paid for getting there. And I can't wait till we can teleport. I am going to be the first guy to sign up for teleporting. I'm going to be like, yes, please teleport me to Fort Worth, Texas. Because I had to get back from my kids' flag football game. We lost again. Again, it's not a sport. It's not football. My kid got called for swatting flags. It was like a penalty. Like they called the playback. Like he was running, and he even said to me, I go, you can't do that. You can't knock their hand away. He's like, Dad, that's how I run. I run like this. And I did teach him. Ears to hip pocket, ears to hip pocket, ears to hip pocket. And he said he was just, running like that. Get the ball in one hand and swats the flag away. It's so fun watching 6-year-olds. They just have no idea. Like literally they're facing the other way when the ball's hiked. I don't know why we do it to them, but we do. My dad did it to me. I was 7 years old. He had me playing midget football. Like, it wasn't with midgets. I didn't play with real midgets, although that would be, I've never seen midget football. I bet if you Google that, you can find it. They probably call it little people football. But it was called midget. It wasn't Pop Warner. It was literally called midget football. And they had me in helmet, full pads, thigh pads, knee pads, hip pads, tailbone pad, cup, shoulder pads, helmet, and I think I had on like forearm pads, and looking back, it was just a recipe for disaster. You got this little kid all just like shit clumped all over him, and you're like, okay, run into these 5 guys, then run down the field and catch a ball, and then keep running. And I looked like Forrest Gump. Like shit was just falling off of me, and you got a mouthpiece in that doesn't fit, and your helmet you can't see through because it's off to the side because the chin strap isn't tightened well. It was just a matter of like trying to keep equipment on right. And the equipment was so shitty back then. It's like skiing now. With my kids, I try to buy them the best ski stuff I can get them so that it doesn't suck. Because I just remember hands cold, face frostbitten. We didn't wear helmets back then. Goggles were foggy. I don't know why I kept doing it, but I loved skiing, kept doing it. So I try to make sure my kids' goggles are always clear, hands are warm, feet are warm, they're not wet. I don't know why all kids aren't put in one-piece suits. I think it's just all about peeing and going to the bathroom, but one-piece suits. I wore a one-piece suit. I went through a phase, and this is not going to sound politically correct, but we used to call them fag bags. They were called fag bags. But the fag bag was like the best thing I ever wore, because you could just like put whatever you want on the inside. No snow's getting in the fag bag. And yes, they were like neon. Mine was like neon blue and pink, and it was just awesome. I think it had a belt that clipped around, like, hey, look at me, guys. Hello, fellas. Wore a headband, goggles, ski the moguls. It looks so gay. But I think they're making a comeback. There's a lot of, you got the mountain, a lot of like matching coat and pants now. Why don't you just zip them together? Zip them together, guys. Anyway, I'm on so many tangents on this podcast today, and I've got like an agenda of shit I'm trying to get through, and I can't, because I just gotta tell you all these things that I know. Okay. I got some shit last week for shitting on cold plunges. You know what I say to you? I don't care. It's stupid. You're dumb for buying one. Just take a cold shower. You don't need to sit in a bucket of ice, you douchebag. It's the dumbest thing in the world. So stupid. The only way it works is if you've like sauna right next to you, or hot tub, like why? Why? Even then, stupid. I'm surfing today. It'll be 60 61. It's not cold enough to get my brown fat activated. All right, so give me a chance to get through what's going on. You probably want to know about my Unbreakable 70. Everybody wants to know about the Unbreakable 70. I am, today's Monday. Today's my cardio day. Do an hour of cardio. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to surf. That's not going to count. It should count, but probably going to do a run after my surf. Probably only do 45 minutes because I'll count my surf as some cardio. But, you know, got to get like a full hour of cardio today. And that's zone 2. For me, zone 2 is about 125. People don't understand. They're like, that sounds really high. I have a super high heart rate, which I think we figured out means I have a small heart that works really hard. Because I, even at my age, can hit like 185. I think 190 if I had to would be my my maximum heart rate. You know, like it's supposed to be 220 minus your age. I mean, that would be like 170 for me or 165. I'm way over that. The CrossFit workout gets me into the 170s, 175. But like pushing it 180, 185, maybe about 185 now. So 125 gets me down there in zone 2. Tomorrow's a strength workout. Doing a couple interesting things strength-wise. If you want to know this workout, I definitely will send it to you. I've put it together using all the best physiologists in the world and kind of combined the idea, the concept is, do you want to be badass now or do you want to be unbreakable when you're 70? So I want to be unbreakable when I'm 90. When I'm 90, I want to be climbing mountains. So Tuesday's strength. Wednesday is like a VO2 max. Not a VO2 max. It's kind of like a CrossFit. Last week I did hill sprints with my son. Thursday, active rest, where I do like yoga or stretching or breathing or massage. Friday is the VO2 max day. That's the hard one. That's the one where I really push it. Usually do it running and sometimes on an Airdyne bike. And then Saturday is another strength workout, usually done on the road in a hotel gym, which sucks. And then Sunday, another active rest day. So there it is, people. And I might live forever and you're gonna be like, wow, it worked. Or my dad's gonna be 90 this year and my dad is like badass. Drives to work every day, puts a suit on, walks, watches tons of TV because he can't play shoulder. He can't play golf because his shoulder got screwed up a bunch of years ago and he had a reverse shoulder replacement. And he's got this like Piacni bacteria that like lives in there. So he's got like this, otherwise he'd still be playing. Goes to football games, gets on planes, goes to football games all the time. You know, he's just living his best life. So awesome. Dad's got some good genes. His parents lived a long time. And hope we get many more out of him, just like my dog. I got a dog in there, Harlow. I have 2 dogs. Those of you that listen Talkin Shit remember Harlow. She's going on 18 years old now. And other than being blind and deaf, she's great. But she's an awesome dog, and she smells. It's weird. It's like death is creeping in. Like you smell the death, and you're like, because we'll get her. My wife takes her to like spa treatments where they like do her nails and do her hair and and then like 2 days later you're like, oh, that has to be the worst part of aging, that you just start to smell like shit. Even if you're not shitting, just like your organs are rotting. So when they talk about aging, they got to figure out how to like de-stench old people. Let's see. I'm almost done. Did anybody watch the Alex Honnold video where he climbs the mountain? What am I talking? Did anybody watch? I'm going to reset this. I'm going to get this right because it's all about clips these days. Nobody's listening to this podcast. Nobody. But everybody watches the clips. Did anybody watch the Alex Honnold? I'm going to try one more fucking time. Did anybody watch the Alex Honnold building climb? The guy that climbed El Capitan and free soloed it, where he climbs without ropes, climbed a building in Taipei, and he scampers up this building all the way to the top. And it's an amazing feat, and I commend you, Alex. But I couldn't watch it. Even though I knew he did it, I knew he climbed El Capitan. It was very difficult watching it. It's hard to watch because you know if he slips, he's dead. And he's got a wife and kids. If he didn't have a wife and kids, I wouldn't care. Because it's all about him, selfish endeavor, blah, blah, blah. You die, you know, some friends and family will grieve, but like, you got a wife and kids. God. And I could, you know, it's great that he's so talented that he can do this. But I don't know. My hands and feet are sweating right now thinking about it. And I would think it's just as awesome with a rope. Like watching him fall and the rope catches him, I'd be like, oh my God, if that rope wasn't there, he'd be dead. I don't get off on watching someone die. I don't know who does. I think it's like a sick part of our culture. And I think there's probably a lot of people that watched it thinking he was going to die. And I don't know. I don't know how you can enjoy that. I do not enjoy that. I've always said this. I don't like the videos on the internet where people do handstands on when they're at construction sites or walk across, you know, like I like to see a safety rope. I don't know why. Safety rope. And you're like, yo, when they're downhill skiing, they don't have a safety rope. Or when they're, I don't know. There's a lot of things that you can die. Surf it, whatever. I don't know. It feels like if you wipe out in a big wave, there's a really good chance you're going to live. You crash on a motorcycle, still good chance you're going to live. Crash on a mountain bike, still good chance you're going to live. You fall off that building, there is no chance you're going to live. You're dead for sure. There is a 100% chance. You're not Spider-Man. You're not going to spin a web at the very end. You're not going to bounce off something. They're not going to be able to pull a bouncy house out and you're going to fall into it. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. And I just watched a chick fall off a chairlift at Mammoth. I'm in the algorithm now where I don't know why I think it was because I had kids. I started thinking about chairlift accidents. My whole life, I never thought about them. As soon as I had kids, I started thinking about it. Then I got in the algorithm. And it's like every time there's a chairlift accident, I see it. And same with shark attacks. And it's like, I don't want to see these, but I do. And they come to me. It's like, the internet's sick. It's like, oh, your greatest fear? I will bring it to you right now. Here you go. Watch this snowboarder dangle for 30 seconds from the chairlift and then finally give up and fall to their death. Snowboarder didn't die though. Ski Patrol came under with the net. They have this like net that they can like catch someone. But they missed. They missed. She fell. I think her snowboard hit some woman, knocked her out. And they fell. She fell. I don't know. If anybody knows what happened, I'd love to know. I hope she's okay. I hope they're like, yeah, she's fine. Looks like she fell like 20 or 30 feet. Sucks. I have been there. I used to be a ski patrol, Seven Springs Ski Resort, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I remember one time a kid got caught. His backpack. Backpacks on chairlifts. Bad idea. Horrible idea. They get caught in the chair all the time. So this kid gets caught. Chairlift goes around. He goes to like get off, doesn't get off because the backpack catches him. Chairlift comes like about one tower down with him dangling. We get the call. I'm in the closest hut where they said, hey, get over there. It's like one of my first days on the patrol. Guy's dangling. So they put the snowmobile underneath them. And, we're asking for, bring the net, bring everything. We can rappel up, not rappel, we shoot a gun over the cable, and then you pull a rope through it, tie one of the patrol up to the rope, pull him up, and then he can help him. And so they pull the snowmobile underneath. And standing on the snowmobile, you can almost touch his feet. And they tell me, they're like, Eddie, get up there, stand on the snowmobile, and hold his feet up. And he had kicked off his skis, and they're like, hold his feet, or they fell off. Hold his feet, which I couldn't even reach them. They're like, so if he falls, I don't know what they were thinking. There is no possible way I'm going to be standing on a wet leather snowmobile seat in ski boots, holding in this posture, like in a push press posture, hold the underneath of ski boots as he drops about half a foot into my hands, and I'm going to be like, I got him, and we're going to do some Czechoslovakian circus trick. So I literally said to them, no, this is a horrible idea. You're getting but I think what they were was oh, you'll absorb it, so you guys will both fall and both get sort of hurt instead of him getting really hurt. And luckily we got a guy to rappel up, or we belayed him up, I think that's the term, and then he was able to probably I don't even remember, this is the kind of stuff you should remember, but we put a harness on him, I think, or pulled him back onto the chairlift, and we got him down. So it was a very successful chairlift evacuation. But again, those are locked into my head because of the algorithm showing me these. So stop. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I don't want to see this shit. It's terrible. Oh, it's like my greatest fears all day long. And I have kids. And one more thing, the bar down. You're not cool. I get it. Your whole life you didn't wear a bar, you didn't wear a helmet. I sound like such a parent now, but it's just simple shit. It's simple shit. Put the bar down. Just put the bar down. The bar, put it down. I put the bar down all the time. I get kids. Bar goes down. All right. I'm going to check and see how long I've been going, because I try not to make these. I try not to make these longer. Hey, I try not to make these longer than an hour. And reason being, I could go for 4 hours. I could go for 20 minutes. I like to give you an hour-long show, but I also like to make sure that it uploads, because it's a pain in the ass. I've got to upload it to YouTube. I got to caption it. I got to clip it. And the software I use to upload, I do it on my phone. I don't even use a computer anymore. My computer is somewhere in a closet somewhere, and I haven't even pulled it out in 6 months. I'm trying to see if I can go computerless, no laptop, just use a phone. And this is the only place where it comes into trouble. I would like to be able to upload this shit and go and do my life. And the software has to stay open while I'm doing it. So, pain in the... So, I don't know what else I want to tell you. Oh, I talked about next week. Coming to Edmonton. I've got my dates in Calgary, Canada. Calgary and Vancouver are coming up. Those are always fun because I usually ski in between. We stop and we ski at Kicking Horse and Revelstoke and Banff. And that's a lot of fun. I did a show last year at the Village Idiot in Revelstoke and sold out. And I crushed. I mean, killed. A lot of Aussies there, and they're not having me back. They said that they can't serve dinners and it costs them money because they, don't make as much money. And I think it was just the woke waitresses didn't want me there. I mean, that's me being insecure. they were like, oh, it was great, but we lost money because we can't serve dinner. I'm like, serve dinner during the show. I don't care. And they're like, no. I'm like, I think there were some millennials or Gen Zers that just didn't like what I was doing. And it sucks being the old man that, has that like archaic sense of humor, where I make fun of everything and anything. But younger generations are different in that, there's a lot of this. The phones have made them less social. So everything is very literal. You ever have a text message conversation with someone and you're like fighting with them and everyone gets mad, but you realize afterwards that if you had had that conversation in person, it never would have escalated because they took it all literally. That's kind of how this generation takes jokes. Everything's literal. It's not like, hey, I'm just having fun here. Like, I'm having fun. You're having fun. Blah, blah. Like, I found out, this is typical of it. I recently found out one of my jokes bombed on social media. I love the joke. It's a joke about pickleball. And the essence of the joke is that I say that pickleball is the combination of ping pong, badminton, tennis, and gay. I'm not saying gay. When I say gay, I'm not like butt fucking sex gay. I'm not talking about homosexual nature. I'm talking about just like the word gay when you were a kid, where you're like, that's gay. You didn't even know what gay was, and you're like, that's gay. It's almost like, I wish it was like we're making fun of like too happy. Somebody's too happy, they're gay. But that was like strike one with the social medias. Like, you can't say gay in a derogatory way. And then strike two was, I say, do you know black people don't play pickleball? Do you know why? Because they're athletes. That is a stereotype. It is derogatory towards a population of people. And so, like, they shadow ban that. And the algorithm, I fucking hate the algorithm. I hate that word. I hate that we're all living, and like, if you don't understand that, like, that's why we're all going to die, is because of algorithms. They're going to kill us. The algorithm can like sniff out every aspect of that joke and be like, that's wrong. That's wrong, and we're not going to let that pass through. So all of the comedy that I find funny, I don't think you could ever see on the internet. And I'm starting to just believe that none of mine will ever make it to the internet. Like, my best jokes. So come see me live. Live, I still do it. On the internet, you can't see it because they won't let you see it. The algorithm has been trained by people that have decided, they're the arbiters of what is funny and what isn't, and what is socially acceptable. And so I've lost. You win. You win. So, the virtue signalers have won. And this isn't going to turn me hard right, guys. You didn't get me. I'm not going to be marching up to the Capitol building. I just think that there is a little too much of this. I'm all for freedom. I want you to change your gender. I want you to have sex with whoever you want to have sex with. I want you to use whatever drugs you want. I want you to celebrate any way you want to celebrate. I want to be respectful of people, but at the same time, a joke is a joke, my God. And I sound like one of those, I'm a broken record right now. This is the shit I hate to talk about. This is like 2019 shit. So, but what I was going to get to is that the younger generations don't drink. And I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. It's stopping them from being social, but it's also stopping them from having really bad health habits. I don't drink anymore. I drink probably a drink a week. And I used to drink and I partied and I had a shitload of fun. And like, they're like, there's no amount of alcohol that's good for your health. Well, if it's going to put you in your room and you never leave and you don't have any fun, and there's nothing worse than being alone. alone it'll kill you faster than any drug or alcohol. So I don't know if this is right. And these phones, everybody's just on their phones the whole time, and they'd rather be on their phone than be out. But the point I'm trying to make, go see a live comedy show, go see live music, drink, party, have fun, because you're going to die no matter what. And I got to be honest, these guys that everybody was like, oh, they're going to die, they drink too much and do drugs and blah, blah, blah. Keith Richards, Bert Kreischer, look at him. He's leading a very fun life. You know, he's like in his mid-50s, and they're like, all right, Bert, time to stop. Well, I got friends who like go to the doctors, and they're like raging alcoholics, and I'm like, oh, doctor's surely going to tell them that their liver's failed and they're going to die. No. My dad had this friend, Jimmy Dunn. Jimmy Dunn looked like his face was one big gin blossom. And the guy wore like plaid pants that were like different colors, all different fluorescents, and another plaid jacket, and was at every party in town. I don't know how he got there. I think he had a driver. I think it was his girlfriend. Like, they'd send him home from a party. He would sneak out and get a cab and come back. And the guy lived to be like 90. And, you know, and he was pickled. So I don't know if this whole craze we're going through, where we're super ultra healthy and in, you know, ice baths and saunas and, you know, journaling and doing our breath work. You can do all those things, but have a fucking drink and live a little, and come to a comedy show and let go and laugh, and don't drink a seltzer water. Have a drink, have some fun, lighten up. It's not that big of a deal. I have a drink every once in a while. When I'm with a friend that likes to drink, I will have some drinks with them. It's okay. It's okay. But if you listen to Andrew Huberman, it's not okay. It's not okay, because Andrew Huberman, Peter Attia, is going to tell you it's not okay, and then he's going to go to Epstein's Island and do other things. I don't know if he went to the island. I shouldn't say it. There's allegations that Peter Attia was at Epstein's Island. And all these allegations and all these people that are on the Epstein list, I think what we have to understand is there's a lot of clout chasing all over, not just in entertainment. There's clout chasing in sports, in politics, in science, and everybody likes to be around people that are influential and know people and connect you to people and make you more successful. I think the Epstein shit is all, fucked up as all hell. But at the same time, remember that all these emails, imagine if somebody scoured every email you're in. I'm not saying that you're a kid fucker. I'm saying, or that it's acceptable. I'm saying that a lot of these people, and I'm not defending them, and I have a bit about it on stage where, like, the one-timers, we shouldn't have a problem with. It's because they might not have known anything. It's the season pass holders are the ones. They're the ones, the Bill Clintons and the Prince Andrews, and the ones where there's a real connection in their emails between, like, hey, hey, I heard you know so-and-so. Can you connect me with him? I'm going to be in New York City. To the ones that are like, hey, you got a 14-year-old girl for me. Those are the people that we need to go after. Don't go after everyone. Go after the ones that really did something. And I think that was the problem with releasing all these emails. It's like all of a sudden you email with the guy and you're guilty. And so what I'm saying is when they see my emails with Epstein, I'm just kidding. But the Peter Attia thing, I think a lot of these guys just knew that the guy was super connected, knew everybody, was wealthy. I know a lot of very wealthy people, and wealthy people have access to things: planes, islands, no, I'm just kidding. Planes, islands, just all kinds of things. Resorts, hunting expeditions, you know, like the best of everything. And other people want that shit, and they want to be connected, and they want to go to that. And so Epstein seemed to be a connector and bringing all those things together. But I think within that sect was a group of people that were into the weird shit that he was into. I don't think everybody was. I think there was a cadre, a cabal of people, and we need to flush it out and find out who they were. But a lot of people are going to get caught up in this wide net. And, you know, so careful who you hang out with. That's all I'm saying. Careful who you hang out with. All right, well, guys, I think we reached the end today. I think we did it. I think we did a great show. I think we talked about a lot. Come see me in Fort Worth this week, Edmonton next week at the House of Comedy. This week I'm at Big Laugh in Fort Worth, Texas. Come over from Dallas, come from Plano, come from everywhere. Drive out to see me, say hi. I'm starting to do meet and greets again after the show. I just did one in Huntington the other night. It was fun. It was nice seeing people after the show. I didn't do them for a while. I'm going to start selling merch again. Not because I'm going to make money from it. I like to get my shit out there, so I'm going to make some shreddy Murph, just like the Malabama merch, if you have any of that. It was great. It was awesome. I was very proud of my merch. It wasn't like shitty stuff. Like, I see people still wearing it. So I'm going to make some cool shit. Hopefully you like it, you buy it, and I'll sell it at my shows. Some like really good hoodies, you know, like really good hoodies with like the Shreddy logo on there. Maybe it says, see you out there. Yeah, so come out to the show. Say hi. There's an airplane. I'm wondering if you can hear it. My buddy flies for an airline, and there's a flight pattern over our house, and his family lives down the street. And apparently, he's never done this for me, but he'll tell them and he'll flash his lights as he goes over their house and they can see him. That was a small plane. But yeah, check out all my dates, eddieift.com. Come out and see me. New podcast Shreddy's coming out very, very soon. Could be next week. Working on booking Stand Up and Send It. That's the YouTube series that I'm going to be doing where I teach action sports stars how to do stand-up comedy, and they teach me how to do some of their crazy shit. So we basically exchange our fears. And I'm looking for some really, really big stars for this show. So if you have anyone in mind that you think would be good, that would be funny doing stand-up comedy, I'm going to have, I need to shoot the pilot, and probably we're going to make about 8 episodes of that, I think. So 8 15-minute episodes that we'll be putting on YouTube. And also we're working on the California 9. It's going to be in late April or early May, depending on the snowpack. We're going to do, if you want to get involved, let me know, because I'm looking for like probably about 10 people to do this, and I have to have cuts. But we're going to do 10 people. We're going to ski 9 runs, ski snowboard 9 runs. We're going to surf 9 waves, play 9 holes of golf, skateboard 9 blocks. We're going to bike 9 miles. We're going to swim 9 laps. We are going to run 9 kilometers, and we're going to eat 9 tacos and drink 9 beers. So we're going to do that for charity, and it should be a really fun event. And I want some people involved that have, not high profile, but can get this out there and people see it, see what we're doing, and make a good event of it and raise some money. So I'll be grifting for that. I guess it's not grifting if I'm raising money for charity. But please check all this out, eddieift.com, and all my socials, at eddieift on Instagram, at eddieift on YouTube, or youtube.com/eddieift. Same with Facebook, TikTok. I'm on them all. Find me. I'm Eddie. This isn't Shreddy yet, but I'll see you out there.